tupatie rais heshima, ni sawa? Tupatie rais heshima. Situsikize viongozi wote. Wale wamezoea kupanga watu wapigie watu kelele, hamutarudi kupiga isiyo kelele.
If there was a biblical verse to capture the current state of affairs in the Kenya Kwanza government, none would be more fitting than Esther chapter 7 verse 10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. In a cruel twist of fate, the very political machinations that Kenya Kwanza so meticulously crafted to neutralize the opposition are now turning against it, strangling what little breath remains in a regime already grasping for stability.
Nataka mnielewe, mimi mpango yangu na nia yangu ni kubadilisha hii Kenya. Hii Kenya haiwezi kubadilishwa kiholela. Haiwezi kubadilishwa kwa kupigiwa makofi.
Just days after the court ruled that the Azimio coalition is the majority in the National Assembly, the opposition is flexing its newfound muscle. The once sidelined Azimio brigade is now openly threatening to wield its legislative clout to impeach President William Ruto, setting the stage for a potential political earthquake.
And me, James Orengo, I can tell you, I cannot sacrifice the truth for any political gain. I'll always say the truth. I'll always say the truth. And I think I've survived in politics because of saying the truth.
Leading the charge is Siaya Governor James Orengo, who has ominously warned that Ruto's carefully orchestrated grip on parliament is slipping. According to Orengo, the days of Kenya Kwanza using the National Assembly as a rubber stamp are over, with the first order of business when Parliament resumes on Tuesday, February 11th, being a possible impeachment motion.
Right now, the court, and in fact I have a lot of problems about the court, but yesterday, the court the High Court made a very important ruling, saying that Kenya Kwanza is not the majority party. The majority party in parliament is Azimio. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to again sit on the table and make a deal? What the court said, the High Court said yesterday, is a confirmation that the election results that were announced in the last elections were not correct. That is the confirmation. Because Raila's party and coalition could not have got the majority of seats, the majority of governors, the majority of senators, and lose the presidential election. And now, we are talking about the elections. Because all the time we get it all wrong. We are 2.5 years to the elections, and everybody is talking about the elections. Everybody is talking about the elections because that is our mindset. But there was the only great thing that Stalin said. Stalin was a Soviet leader. He said, instead of wasting time with the voters, you spend your time with those who count the votes. They are the people who matter. So I am asking everybody, because the signs are that we are going to get it wrong again in 2027. We are getting wrong again in 2027. Kenya wanted change a long time ago. And we were told that until we had a proper constitutional basis for running our elections, we will never succeed. Because Moi won against Jaramogi, he won against Kibaki, we won against Matiba, because we had got it all wrong. We did not solve the problem of the day. And this time around, I think the country is so angry, and the elections may not matter. I am telling you, and I believe it, the country is so angry that when I hear people talking about the elections, I feel very annoyed, because we are going to get
the ruling regime is already showing signs of panic. Kenya Kwanza allied MPs previously emboldened by their numerical advantage are now scrambling for cover, fearing that the opposition could turn the tables and push the president out of office. Some argue that Azimio have been co-opted into the government under the broad-based initiative, should not suddenly bite the hand that fed them.
Please, ODM and Azimio, decline the invitation to associate yourself with the court decision of the High Court. Kwa sababu saa hii nyinyi kwa serikali na mnakula mzuri kwa serikali. So tukienda bunge, hatutaki watu wa Azimio watusumbue ya kwamba wanataka viti ya majority pale bunge. Hiyo viti ni ya Kenya Kwanza.
This ruling is overtaken by events. Hiyo ruling isha mambo mingi imebadilika mbaya sana. Mpaka saa hii tuko na mandugu kama Mbadi. Tuko Mbadi na Junet Mohamed ambaye mimi mwana mpira ndani unarasha huko saa hii ndio ndani na sisi. Sasa Kenya ilibadilika kitambo.
But in the politics, as history has shown, alliances are as fragile as a house of cards in the wind. To understand the brewing crisis, one must rewind to 2022, when Kenya Kwanza embarked on a parliamentary poaching spree. Dozens of Azimio MPs defected, tipping the scales in favor of Ruto's administration. The Speaker of the National Assembly promptly declared Kenya Kwanza the majority party, effectively giving President Ruto unchecked control over legislative affairs.
I'm therefore persuaded that the 14 members and their parties are part of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. This, in my view, would be fair and in accordance with the previous rulings by my predecessors on related matters. 3, that with the 14 members, the membership of the Kenya Kwanza coalition stands at 179 members, while the membership of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party stands at 157 members. This, by implication, indicates that the Kenya Kwanza coalition is the majority party, and the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party is the minority party in this house.
With this iron grip on parliament, Kenya Kwanza bulldozed controversial policies, including the Finance Bill 2023 and 2024, much to the chagrin of the public. To cement his dominance, Ruto lured key opposition figures into his government, neutralizing Azimio's resistance and rendering Raila Odinga's camp politically impotent. The climax of this power play came in 2024 when Kenya Kwanza flexed its parliamentary muscle to impeach the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, a move that showcased just how invisible Ruto's faction had become. The opposition weakened and fragmented, watched helplessly as the executive effectively turned parliament into a puppet show.
Rais alimaliza bunge kabisa, hata hatuna bunge la Kenya.
Kwa nini msiende nyumbani?
Sisi wabunge tunakula pesa bure. Hakuna kitu tunaweza saidia wa Kenya kwa sasa. Hata tukimeki policies. Hata tukimeki policies zote zitaenda kungeuziwa State House.
That is really dangerous, mheshimiwa.
Hakuna haja ya kuwa na bunge Kenya.
Including kesho unasema kipenga kipulizwe na muende home.
Kila mbunge aende nyumbani. Hakuna kitu tumesaidia Kenya now.
Fast forward to 2025 and the court's ruling has upended the entire political landscape. With the Azimio now officially recognized as the majority party, the same weapon Ruto used to crush dissent could now be used to dismantle his presidency.
Those MPs of Mount Kenya ambao wamebaki na yeye, unajua they cannot go home. They are finished in Mount Kenya. They will join you to impeach this man to get new life for their siasa. If they do not impeach him, by March, hawa melala.
Critics argue that impeachment is no longer a matter of if, but when. But why hasn't Azimio already tabled an impeachment motion? The answer lies with one man, Raila Odinga. Currently, Raila Odinga is gunning for the African Union Commission AUC chairmanship, a position that President Ruto is actively lobbying for him to win.
Si mnajua Mheshimiwa Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga? Si mnajua hivyo? Si mnajua baba na mimi tumetoka mbali? Na muliona jana sisi tumeungana, serikali ya Kenya, Wakenya wote na jumuiya ya East Africa, na tumesema tunamuombea baba awe ndio chairman wa Africa Union Commission, atuongoze kama bara la Afrika.
If Raila Odinga secures the seat, Azimio's appetite for impeachment might wane. After all, why bring down a president who helped their leader secure Africa's top diplomatic post? However, if Raila Odinga loses, all bets are off. A defeated Raila would have nothing to lose, and history has shown that a politically jobless Raila Odinga is a ruthless opposition general.
Nairobi hoye! Baraka hoye! Baraka hoye! Madare hoye! Madare hoye! Azimio hoye! Vijana hoye! Wamama hai! Asanteni! Asanteni! Asanteni tena!
His MPs, now in the majority, could mobilize against Ruto in a full-scale political war, potentially leading to impeachment proceedings. Renowned lawyer and former LSK President Nelson Havi has already issued a grim prophecy. We told President William Ruto that the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua was a preparatory act for his eventual impeachment by ODM, but he never listened. The following weeks and months will be nights of long swords. It will be more calamitous if Raila Odinga loses the AUC election, Nelson said on Twitter. So is this why Kenya Kwanza appears to be in panic mode? What was once Ruto's master stroke consolidating power and weakening the opposition could now be his greatest downfall. The very noose the Kenya Kwanza tightened around its opponents is now dangling precariously above its own head.